The USS deplorables. I don't mix a whole lot of politics with modeling. I may take a jab at the liberal left, but anyway, the USS deplorables. They in the news, and not the fake news, the real news. There's a petition to make this ship out of the next Independence class vessel, and to me, that's just completely odd. Would love to have a model kit of the deplorables. You know, I'd love to have it on the box art. Would love to have it on the decal sheet, which it may or may not come to fruition, but it's something I'll have to look at. Get a Independence class ship and just probably make some aftermarket decals to make the deplorables. I like odd ships, and this one fits the bill. I think that's just a unique name for a vessel, but anyway, just very odd, and I'll have to try to get one of those. But anyway, the Impala, I swear I didn't get to paint nothing the last day, but anyway, I'll try to fix that. I wanted to finished up the Death Star. I've also finished up the Crazy Horse, which I'll talk in just a minute. But anyway, I want to try to get the trim painted, and that's my game plan this week. Hopefully, it is Christmas week, so we're trying to do a bunch of stuff all at one time. But the MBT, first I had to go dig out black thread. My choice of rigging is, surely I got one handy. Yep. I like stretch sprue. Just take you a runner here, and get you a lighter and light it and pull it apart, and that's endless supply rigging. That's my personal favorite. However, if I don't have to ship nothing, styrene rigging is what I prefer. But if I got to ship it, I will use thread. It gives it a little more, and I don't do them super tight. It gives them a little flex, so if it bounces around in the box, which it shouldn't bouncing around the box, but the box does get thrown. That's why it's got a little more give to it. But anyway, all I did is take the thread, if you can see it, just a drop of super glue and a little bit of accelerator. Once it gets hard, pull it. Do the same thing with the knife, trim it, and I'll do the other side. And I'm not going to go elaborate rigging. It's going to be basically like this all the way across, and on the other side, and it just give the appearance of rigging. That's what we want. So I will I'll try to do that this week and get that finished, and hopefully we can start painting by Christmas. The tail on the fix, and I'm probably going to end up doing it, is on the tail here, if you can see it. It needs to be extended, which I may, I thought about using an epoxy sculpt and just sculpt it out where it hangs up just enough to where it holds up the plane where the fin won't hit. Or and I probably don't have, I'll have to go dig it out. I was going to take a styrene tube. I got some that's about that, and just glue it on and extend it out just a little bit, and it should pop it up. But anyway, that's what I've been contemplating on that, but I'll do that last. I want to get the rigging done, and then we can start. I like to start painting, at least because I have built planes almost the entire year, so I'd like to finish that out on the high note there. So rigging, and then I gotta do the tail, and I'll pretty much be ready for painting. Hopefully I'll get more done on the Impala, and I got another car too, which I'll probably show this weekend what we're going to do on that. Gran Torino, which I'm just trying to do my assembly line here. I'm going to paint the trim while I paint that, and then I got to mask that off, paint the top black, just little things. But I want to try to do one thing at a time here before I get too involved. The GTR, I did get the back of the wheels in. I got them glued in place, so I know the back wheels don't turn, but you won't be able to move them at all. Got the wheels assembled, and One thing about this kit, I mean, everything fits. Once you clean off the stub off the tree, off the part, once you get that cleaned off, everything fits. So I got the rims on, got the little poly caps in, and the tires mounted, and basically ready to put them on. And then I'm ready to go on to, where was I at? I did step 5. Now I'm on to step 6, which I got to put the exhaust on. So we'll probably do that either today or tomorrow. So hopefully to get that. Oh, I did get the I guess bottom plate on the front. It's kind of hard to see. There's, I want to call it the steering arm for the wheel here. It kind of fits. I think what I really should, it don't really say to put it on first, and it really needs to be on first, put it on last. But it's out of alignment right here. And what I want to do is, and you'll hardly see it, is I'm going to take a deal of a little bit of black tulip, and I'm going to just blend in the arm on the where it connects right here. The black tulip will hide it, and we'll be good to go. So anyway, tulip to the rescue on the GTR. So I just got to do a little but just basic sub-assemblies, and we can continue on. I'm trying to, once I get the main chassis done, then I get down to the dash here, I'm going to have to stop. I got reference material, and I'll show everyone. I got to figure out what paint it is and what color. I think it's like, I want to say gunmetal and white, but I'll show everyone the pictures what I'm talking about once we get to that stage. The Crazy Horse. Basically, I am done, and I'll probably do some pretty pictures on it for Facebook, Instagram, all them good social media places. My only thing I wish I could have done differently, and I didn't think about it, and that's instead of doing 3 lights, would love to have done the strip, but I suck at the strips, and I should have put a couple more lights on there, but that's just anything. But anyway, it looks great the way it is. Everything works on it. Decals all on. I sprayed crystal clear on it, which I was just about to bite my fingernails. It's one of those. It started. If you ever spray a fixative on and it shouldn't have done this, but it wanted to bubble up right here on the blue. I don't know if it's the solution mixing, or it wasn't completely cured. But it was bubbling up, not cracking, just bubbling up, and I was, boy, I've seen decals where they've completely shattered spraying a fixative on, which, it's just always a gamble. But anyway, the Excelsior is a very fun build. I, however, would like to build the a Wolf 359, where you get to kit bash a bunch of stuff, or make the Centaur, which is one of my favorite Excelsior variants. But anyway, very fun model, just time consuming with the decals, and but anyway, I think it turned out great. Everything on the bottom, and I did a little bit of airbrushing where panel linings and stuff, just to blend in. It's very, very subtle, just to hide some of the decals, very to a minimum. And again, you'll have to do, we're going to do a telescoping stand, but you'll have to, and I got to get the paint off, which I haven't done yet. You just have to do the wood stand, and because the dome just won't cut it this time, and it probably won't. I got a few more Star Trek ships I'm going to have to do, so a wood base will have to be a permanent feature of the ship. Anyway, that's done. I think what I'm going to do is, if you want to see it, pictures, it'll be on Facebook and an album, and I'll do it that way. And I'm going to get this off the workbench and on its way to its new home. But anyway, very fun build, time consuming but fun nonetheless. But anyway, that is what I've got going on today. We have finished up the Crazy Horse. Hopefully I get to paint the Impala and the Gran Torino. GTR is slowly coming together, and we are rigging the MBT. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.